What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Triple Double Podcast. My name is Ashanti Lee Sebron, and I'm here with the sauce god himself, Romero Huddy Jr. Rome, how's it going, my man?
Hey, man, everything's lovely over here, man. I'm officially alumni.
He is a new college graduate, so big shout out for Rome on that as well.
Yes, sir. But most importantly, man, holiday season,
yes.
Christmas season, NBA.
Yes.
NBA. I'm all in. I'm ready for it. That's the best gift I can get right there.
It is the holiday season. We at the Triple Double Podcast are in the giving mood. So let's give you our take on some of the biggest stories over the past week. Starting off with, of course, the Christmas Day games appearing this upcoming week on Christmas Day. Rome, you got the Bucks Knicks at 12. Thunder Rockets at 3 o'clock, Sixers Celtics at 5:30, your Lakers Warriors at 8, and the Blazers Jazz at 10:30. So I'm gonna ask you, I don't have to. I don't really answer it myself, but which game are you looking forward to most and why?
Well, I mean, of course, you already know, as I kind of alluded to, the Lakers one. Lakers Warriors. For me, this game, even though it's Christmas Day, it's a huge game. It's one of my favorite times of the NBA season. It's something that kind of made a tradition between me and my dad, and watching the games all day. And
yeah, same.
Enjoying the food.
Yeah.
So really, but this game in particular, it's almost like a tryout. It's almost like a early playoff treat. You know what I'm saying?
Potential first round matchup.
Potentially, or potentially it's
conference final. Yeah, conference final. Yeah. I don't know. In terms of these games, I was talking to you off air. I was confused as to why LeBron's usually at that 5:30 slot. So I was confused as to why he wasn't there this year. But I mean, in terms of the game I'm looking forward to the most, I guess I'll probably do the Lakers Warriors. I think when LeBron left the East and came West, it was it opened the East up incredibly for anyone in the finals now. But also, it's not, okay, now it's Golden State and the Lakers. Because no one, and it's more saying that now because no one expected the Rockets to fall off as they have this year. I mean, the Blazers are always competitive, but they're never really a serious threat. You have the Utah Jazz, they're kind of the same as they were last year. There's no expected improvement.
Yeah, they're kind of consistent right now.
Yeah, a little bit better or a little bit worse. OKC is OKC. OKC is much like the Blazers. They're a very good team, but they're not a serious threat in the playoffs. Third round at the absolute best. But I say that Lakers Warriors game. I'm expecting LeBron to go off. It's at 8 o'clock, so I think we'll still be awake. Because I was talking to you off air. These 10:30 games, no one's awake for it. Eating some bomb food all day, like no one's going to be awake for that. But
this game is truly going to be a treat. I mean, I don't think people realize that even though the Lakers, they have LeBron, but these other guys around him are starting to play and click right now.
Yeah.
Kuz is clicking. B.I. just came back off the ankle injury. Lonzo's playing phenomenal.
Yeah.
Lonzo's playing phenomenal. I mean, these other guys are clicking. And you're about to go up against, this is a true test for them.
Yeah.
This is a big moment for them. LeBron's been in these moments before.
Yeah.
The Christmas Day, all the lights are on you. One of the few games that are on. I like to take it back to 2004. Lakers versus Miami Heat Christmas Day.
Ooh.
One of my favorite games ever.
Yeah.
One of my favorite games ever. Shaq
versus Kobe,
Just left. Kobe put up 42. Shaq put up 24. Dwayne Wade had 29. I mean, it was just a shootout. It was just a great game. I think we're going to get that this Christmas with not OKC, Golden State and the Lakers.
Well,
going to put on the show all the time. It's going to be good basketball. They might not have names, but those guys, role players, they're about to show out.
I will say this. I respect the comparison but the only real story with this Lakers Warriors game is LeBron versus the Warriors. You know what? And that's not even. Hold on. And I have not. And that's not even the. That's not even the main thing. You have. I think this will be a closer game than people think it will, because I've heard people on Twitter saying like, "Oh, the Warriors are gonna blow them out and ruin this hype." let's not forget this Warriors team has some infighting that it has shown its head already. I mean, Draymond Green has already pretty much come out and said, I think that Durant is a punk. You know, I said this weeks ago when it happened on this show, if I'm Kevin Durant, a former NBA MVP, former two-time Finals MVP, I'm not going to just sit on the bench and have Draymond Green MF me on the court. All those cameras. I'm Kevin Durant. So there's that. You have Klay Thompson's free agency looming, and I love how the players talk about when they get asked what are you gonna do. Oh, I'm never gonna leave here. I would never do this. Do you really think Klay Thompson is content with not having his own team? I think Klay.
Honestly, I think he is. But
I think Klay is the kind of guy.
I think he's 50-50. It doesn't really matter for him.
I think Klay is the type of guy. Honestly, if he were to get an opportunity to be the Steph Curry of a team, he would take it. And I mean, obviously, there's no perfect place than my Kings right up the road. But still, like, I'm just stating.
He has a house up there too. That's not far from him.
Right, exactly. I'm just stating the Warriors have a lot more internal discord than people think. And, I mean, forget about this game on Tuesday. This may affect them in June. So.
Well, yeah, but I just don't discredit this game. This game means a lot to both teams.
Yeah.
Right now,
absolutely.
Right now, standings in terms of playoff, this means a lot. This is all the other side stories. Those are going to happen all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And we got some other segments in the show where we'll talk about free agencies and
absolutely.
Like but really, this game, it's about the West. It's about who's going to be in a year or two. Like, I mean, the promo I seen. That's why I asked you about the promo. I seen one on TNT.
Yeah, tell me.
Someone did one, and it was basically just like hyping up Lakers, Golden State, biggest rivalry. New rivalry to date, and we could be seeing this for years to come. And I was looking at it, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, this is really the first time that they've played each other and it kind of mattered.
Yeah.
It's not really a rivalry.
It's not. It's not.
I played them a lot, but
it's not. I mean, you mentioned the Western Conference, and harping on that, there are only 2 Eastern Conference matchups happening on Christmas Day: the Bucks versus Knicks, and the Sixers versus the Celtics. Both the Sixers and the Celtics have kind of they were expected to be better. The Celtics especially have been not reaching the expectations a lot of folks thought they would. While the Bucks, I'll give it to your own, back in, I believe it was October or November, you said the Bucks' year was this year, and it's looking like it. Will they make the finals? I don't know.
I don't know about that one, but
I mean, I'm surprised the Raptors I'm surprised because I understand why. Because I've seen people talk about, how come the Knicks are there? Knicks suck. The Knicks own all the TV stations. Okay, like James Dolan, that whole family, they own the TV stations. So regardless of how bad the Knicks could be 0-30 right now, 0-25. They still be. I'm not even kidding, bro. I'm not even kidding. That's how petty James Dolan is. His Knicks will be on TV. No Kristaps, no nobody. It's going to be a blowout, but he doesn't care. The New York Knicks are going to be on Christmas Day. He doesn't care. So I understand that. I am shocked that the Raptors aren't playing. I mean, if you want to have a 10:30 game that people would try to avoid.
Or they could have did a noon game. I just realized that there's no noon game.
There is no noon game. Yeah, it is. That's the Bucks-Knicks.
Bucks-Knicks?
Bucks-Knicks at noon. Yes. Bucks-Knicks at noon. But I'm saying, if I was a scheduler, I have no problem replacing either Portland or Utah with the Raptors.
Or you can just do another Eastern Conference matchup. You could do Raptors versus, hell if I know, Charlotte.
No. I mean, you gotta have a team that's worth watching. I mean, and no disrespect to Charlotte, but it's just
they're coming. There's another Milwaukee. They're coming.
They're coming. But I don't know. I mean, it ought to be a good schedule to me personally. But I mean, the only thing I would.
Or it could have been Toronto, Indiana. You know, that would have been a nice matchup.
Indiana's not bad. Detroit. We haven't had one since what, 97 with Grant Hill.
You're gonna miss Charlotte, and then you're gonna say Detroit right after that. Come on now.
Oh, stop.
I love my city, bro, but they just got smacked by Charlotte.
Oh man. Welcome back to the Triple Double Podcast. Oh boy, Rome. We talk about major stories, and I think this show should be dedicated to the biggest story, potentially from beginning now until the summer of 2020. Let's just jump right into it. Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis of the Pelicans. I almost said Lakers. Of the Pelicans.
Don't get me excited.
There's been a lot of rumors and trades about, him being traded to the Lakers or maybe the Celtics or anywhere. You've heard a bunch of owners talk about, a bunch of tampering stuff. We'll jump into that aspect in a little bit. But, Rome, it's only right. You being the Lakers fan. Well, you know what? I'm going to ask you this. The two main destinations that AD has are the Lakers and the Celtics. So I understand. I'm going to ask you to think very unbiased like. If you're Anthony Davis, which out of those two teams do you want to play for in the future?
You have to think about a lot of factors in that.
Go ahead.
You have to look at both squads. And then I'm going to look at both squads and take LeBron out, because if he's only really there for 4 years and on a 4-year contract, that puts him at year 20, maybe I think 21 almost.
LeBron?
If he gets an injury and he just decides to call it quits, then now you're left. You have to assess that team without him.
Yeah.
And then when you're looking at Boston, you kind of have to assess it to where, and can I get Kyrie to sign long term? They already got other contracts as far as Marcus Smart and guys like that, Brown and Tatum. You have to look at their trajectories, and AD's a star. Wherever he goes, he's gonna be a star.
Superstar.
That ain't no question. But you just really have to assess what those two teams will be in the future. Don't think about right now. I mean, if it really is about right now getting a ring, Anthony Davis is so young. So it doesn't even have to be an immediate 1-2 year plan. And he can look at 4 or 5 from now, and see where I want to be in 4 or 5 years. Now, one thing I can say is I don't per se want the Lakers to trade. I don't, not right now. I would kind of let the ball play out, kind of, because these young guys, like I said in the last segment, they're balling. You don't want to ruin that. So you don't want to come in February and then ship off VI and Kuz and guys like that, and then just to get one piece. And then what happens? So I don't know, but this is about to be the next biggest move since LeBron. So whatever happens with him, whatever team he decides to go, if he decides to stay, that's on him. I doubt it, but
really fast on that point, he's not staying in New Orleans. Orleans, and it's crazy because New Orleans is a small market, but it's a fun city.
He might have to stay the rest of the season. I mean,
absolutely. But I'm just saying, if he has a chance to leave, I don't care what he's saying in front of media and the cameras. He doesn't want to be there anymore. That's fine.
Yeah.
If I'm Anthony Davis, I mean that it is a complex question, because you do look at, you're playing with LeBron James, the best player in the world right now. Will he be in 2 years from now? 3? Next year? I don't know. And if you're the Pelicans, because you can think about AD's perspective all day long. This is the Pelicans GM and their front office, Dell Damps, who are going to make that decision. And if you're the Boston Celtics, who've had a treasure chest of picks and players and for years now, and you were looking for that big fish, you didn't pull the trigger on Paul or Durant or any of those guys back in the day. There was another guy I was thinking about, but I forgot him. But this is the big fish that you must pull for if you're Boston. Okay? If the only guys on that team who are untouchable, the only guy is Jason Tatum. If I got to move Kyrie, that's fine. You either trade Kyrie or you trade Rozier, because Rozier is good enough starter anyway. Okay, if you got to move a Kyrie, Jaylen Brown, first round picks, Marcus Smart, little combo.
A ton of first round picks.
Gordon Hayward, little combo to New Orleans to get him. I say do it. So in terms of best deal, the Celtics offer that. So as entertaining as it would be for LeBron to have a superstar cohort and give him a real chance against Golden State, it may not be likely. And this is why I've always felt that, I'm going to say it, I don't think LeBron James is winning a championship in Los Angeles. I don't.
I'll put money on that.
I don't. Because I'm just looking at, and you know what? Durant of the Warriors even had a quote talking about people's, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Nervousness or hesitation in teaming up with LeBron James. As ludicrous as that sounds, it does make sense to an extent. Especially you're hearing about Durant and his possibility, very high possibility, of leaving the Warriors. About Kawhi Leonard, maybe he's not enjoying the Raptors as much as he really wants. He's playing well, but playing well doesn't always make you happy.
He didn't want to go there, so
he never wanted to go there in the first place. So what's he gonna do next summer? We've heard the Clippers with Jerry West and Doc Rivers making space for two max free agents, and they have a talented roster, and they're having a decent season without any stars. Their best player is Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
So
talk to me.
We're talking about Durant and Leonard on the Clippers. It's so many moving parts with this in the NBA now. That's why I love it. And it's just, I don't know. If I'm AD, I'll go on the Celtics because we're in the weaker conference. And as I just pointed out, Leonard, hold on. Leonard is not a sure thing to remain in the Raptors. If he leaves the Raptors, they're rebuilding, Rome. So that just leaves the Sixers and the Bucks and the Celtics. Even with the Sixers, Jimmy Butler may be gone next year. You don't know. Okay,
I think it's this far out. I don't know.
If he leaves, that leaves the Bucks and the Celtics. You can beat the Bucks if you're the Celtics with AD.
If AD is a free agent, you think he picks Boston over LA?
If he's a free agent, no. I'm talking about I'm a front office and a trade.
Oh,
a trade.
Okay,
because no. If you're the Pelicans, let's be clear. You will be trading AD.
It's the same thing that happened with Kawhi Leonard and Pop.
You will be trading AD.
Yeah, because they don't want to trade him to a team in their conference.
As much as you want to offer that Supermax next year, he will say no. He will say no. And you're going to be forced to. You don't lose guys like AD for nothing, okay? You don't pull the OKC route, I'm going to trade James Harden for Jeremy Lamb. You don't do that. I'm going to lose KD for nothing. You don't do that.
Were you a James Harden fan back then?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I liked him. I didn't understand why they let go of him. That was more so greed on the owner's part, but, you know.
Yeah, but in hindsight, at some point, they would have had to pay all three of them, so.
Okay, we'll let Russ go. They kept the youngest son. Not the oldest, not the middle. They kept the runt of the litter, the youngest.
Yeah, I would have. be truthfully honest, the obvious answer is KD. I would have kept.
Absolutely, but
yeah, no, I mean in terms of AD though, I think from a free agent standpoint, I think he goes to LA.
Oh yeah,
this whole thing about LeBron not winning one with the.
I don't think he will.
Call me biased or not. I think
you're biased.
This younger core right here, in 3 years could win a ring with him. There's no guarantee these teams in the West. Golden State's not going to be Golden State forever.
Absolutely not.
They're going to be there forever. They're not going to stay together forever. So they're at a point right now where they just got together. You know what I'm saying? They're only going to get better. All these other teams, they've been playing for a while, 4 or 5 years, are tired, fatigue. The Warriors, if they keep going back to finals, that's fatigue. They get tired. So if the Lakers do catch them, and they're tired, who knows?
First things first.
I think in his 3rd year, in a 4-year contract, he gets it. He comes close next year. He comes damn close next year, but that 3rd year, he gets it.
This comes down to for AD. Do you want to work? Do you want to go to battle with Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens, or Magic Johnson and Luke Walton?
Picking Magic.
At the GM spot, are you picking Luke over Brad Stevens though? No, you're not.
Let's believe it's a whole co-team effort going on over there in Showtime, baby. It's more than one piece running that floor. It's the same thing in Miami. It's the same thing that was going on in Miami.
I'm gonna say this, Rome. You're big on the core, the younger core on the Lakers. But let me ask you this: if you're Magic Johnson and you get an offer from New Orleans, AD for any 3 of those guys and your 2 next first-round picks,
I've already said it on a show who I'll trade. I'll trade BI all day. B. Ingram.
B. Ingram. Okay. Who else?
Everybody else. Lonzo and Kuz are staying, but I'll trade all the guys with 1-year contracts.
That's not enough, Rome.
Yeah, well,
not for AD.
I don't need it then.
No, what I asked you.
You're gonna give up Kuz and BI? No, you can't give up 2.
What I asked you was if you were the Lakers. So the answer is no.
If I really had to, I'll throw Lonzo in there, but BI, and that's it.
So your answer is no. If AD was offered for, let's say, for any 3 of the 4 young core, Ingram, Hart, Ball, or Kuzma, you wouldn't do it.
How many are they getting of that core?
3 out of 4.
No.
That's what it's going to take to obtain them if you're the Lakers. That's your dream scenario right there. It's a nightmare and a dream at the same time.
That's something probably Magic is struggling with. But some of those guys, I'm keeping Kuz.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
keeping Kuzma, man. He just plays. He's getting you buckets without LeBron on the court, and then getting buckets with LeBron on the court, which is something a lot of people haven't really figured out how to do, is play well with LeBron. And Kuz seems to be picking that boy up. So I mean, that's one guy I might keep.
You probably have more of a pulse on this due to your fandom, and that's fine. But trying to stay on the topic of the Lakers, as we mentioned earlier, there are some small market owners who had some, I guess, unfavorable opinions on LeBron James's comments about playing with AD. It was more so LeBron was asked if he wanted to play with Anthony Davis. He obviously said yes, duh, that'd be awesome. And you saw, I guess, anonymous GM from a small market Eastern Conference team. So it's either Orlando, Milwaukee, the Cavs.
Cleveland.
Yeah, I said the Cavs.
Yeah.
It's one of those 3. Like, small market in the Detroit is not a small market. Indiana possibly. That's the 4th one. So, but to get back on point. One GM had stated that it's open season on small market teams. I'll start off with this. I find it hilarious how a lot of these owners now, when they made that new CBA and they introduced the Supermax, this is the contract that will offer you over $40 million more to remain on the same team. This was supposed to save small market teams, and to see now how these brothers don't give regrets behind about that extra $40 million because they're gonna make it up in endorsements anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm perplexed as to how that was not thought of whenever they made it. It's comical to hear these owners talking about, oh well, you know, he shouldn't be leaving us. You know, it's open season. I'm gonna say this, I don't care how political I sound, but I kind of heard LeBron say something like this a few days ago on Uninterrupted. It's about damn time the players had some power in where they play. It's about damn time. You know, all the owners have had control for years and decades and years, and they're upset that players will turn down $40 million from them because the main guys who you want to keep have endorsements from Nike and Gatorade and Sprite, Adidas, Under Armour. I mean, Jimmy John's, for God's sake, that will pay them $40 million. And these owners are losing their head, and I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry for them. It's too bad. It's too bad. If you're a player, you should play where you want to play. I don't feel sorry for some billionaire who's upset that, oh, LeBron James left the Cavs and joined Miami. I'm going to write a letter to David Stern talking about how unfair this is. Or, oh, Anthony Davis and LeBron James having dinner at Staples Center. Oh, Adam Silver, this is so bad, this is so poor. Please, please, please save the Pelicans. I don't care. I love it. I don't feel bad for any of these owners because, A, this is all, they tried to fix it and it didn't work. So, shut your mouth. You're a small market team. You building through the draft. That's how you get better. That's my rant. So.
No, I don't disagree at all. I'm just gonna add on to the tampering thing. I hate that these guys can't. It's almost like they're restricted and they're.
Yeah, I hate that too. It's stupid.
It's not right. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron he's laughing at it in his post game interviews because he's like, "You guys are ridiculous." Like, all I did was say I wanted to play with someone. Like, asked if I want to play with Michael Jordan. I probably would say yeah.
I say heck yeah.
So I'm confused, man. And just with the smaller market teams, I'm all for it going through the draft. I mean, everyone else had to do it. Do your work, build your groundwork, and get a guy there yourself. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't like the city, make him like the team. If he doesn't like the farm, make him like it.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not. Forget being. I almost cursed. Forget being at a disadvantage at a small market team. No, you're not. You really do have almost an upper hand. What if a guy doesn't want to go to a major town like Kawhi? Kawhi is not a big city person.
No, so, not.
So yeah, as a smaller market team, you have to start doing your work. Plus, you are an NBA team. You're a franchise. You didn't get here by chance, so start doing the groundwork. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, being a small market team doesn't mean that you can't have these superstars. Look at OKC. OKC made a trade for Paul George. It was called a 1-year rental. He was gone. He was going to be LeBron and PG on the Lakers. Look what happened. He had a year. He had a year worth. Exactly. He had a year worth of recruitment in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Oklahoma City. They're not. Listen, Sacramento at least has the sunshine. They're a small market team, but they at least have the California sunshine. OKC is Oklahoma City, and that's not me ragging on you guys. That's me just stating the obvious. I'm not gonna apologize for that. He had a year-long recruitment at OKC, and guess what? He signed a long-term deal with them. So being a small market team does not make you, I guess, ill-equipped to one day be a champion. If you have a competent GM and a competent owner, not an owner who loses his superstar and pens a letter about how much they hate you and how we'll have a championship before you do. Not a GM, which, talks smack and, tries to complain anonymously about, oh, this is so unfair, Adam Silver.
Yeah,
stop this. How about you do your job?
Yeah.
And make your small market team better. I have no sympathy for these owners and these billionaires being all mad about I'm gonna say it, about a bunch of brothers trying to take their life in their own hands. I don't feel sorry for those owners. I don't apologize for it either.
My last comment is just.
Yeah, I'm done too, but yeah.
I love that LeBron took AD out to dinner. I appreciate that by me being an LA fan.
You want some steak or some filet mignon, AD?
He got a couple bottles of wine to take home and go.
Probably Chardonnay.
Probably had about 3 or 4 while they were there. Probably the G with wine, you know what I'm saying?
Bought the whole place out.
Probably actually, he was like, AD, you might as well just stay extra day, man. Come out to, Brentwood. I got extra room for you. Cool. We could actually play downstairs, I loved it. I actually would love to just be like a waiter or like in that restaurant and just know what they were talking about. Probably no one was in it. But like, I would just love to know what that conversation was. Even if it wasn't even about basketball, I just want to know what they talk about. I think that was just a cool thing. But it's no secret what they talked about.
Oh, no secret.
LeBron is smart. When he does all this, remember what he did with Lonzo? So he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Give it to man. If LeBron went to Sacramento, ooh,
I'm moving there.
Oh my gosh, ooh, Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.